This client has a $15,000 offer, and his clients run $5 million to $50 million companies. He could walk into any one of their businesses and tell them exactly where it's broken, but he didn't have that type of skill set for his own YouTube channel. And so he didn't really know where to start. So today, I really want to walk you through exactly what I built for him inside of a done for you YouTube sprint, because I think seeing it all laid out like this will show you what I mean about a strategy led YouTube channel for business. And I want to kind of show you like the difference between maybe a topic idea plan that you probably get from somewhere else versus a business focused YouTube strategy that I make for my clients, and how we turn that into an actual system that generates leads and sales for them for years. So let's go ahead and get into that. In case we haven't met, my name is Jamar, and I help experienced consultants, service providers, and experts turn YouTube into an actual lead generation system, not just a place where they post videos and hope that they get discovered. We don't play that here. So I want to show you what that looked like for this client. Now, this client in particular, he is an AI consultant. He works with founder-led businesses, helping them figure out where AI actually creates value in how they operate and where it doesn't. But here's where he got stuck. He knew for 6 months that he needed a YouTube strategy. He kept telling himself that he needed one. His colleagues told him that he needed one. And so he finally decided to move forward. So he outsourced it to his VA. And unfortunately, the VA dropped the ball. And so he had to look for other options to get this thing done. He looked into full service agencies, but they were too expensive before he had consistent revenue coming in from the channel. He was thinking about courses, but that was an opposite problem because just getting general advice wasn't the way to build the channel around his actual business, because it's not really custom to him and his actual offers. And so he needed to find some type of middle ground. And he needed to find someone that could build the strategy with him so that it's really tailored and custom to him and his unique business without him having to think so much about it, because he's not the expert in it. He wasn't trying to be the expert in YouTube. He needed to outsource it to someone who knew what they were doing and could really give him a plan, a customized plan of how to move forward. So here's what that actually looked like once we got to work. First, we did the discovery process. So before I do anything, I have him fill out a full questionnaire that allows me to get a handle on his expertise, his ideal client, his offers, and his competitors. But the form really only does like so much. And so we have a actual strategy discovery call, and I pair what he wrote with what he actually says aloud, because that's where I think the real like magic happens. And I get to actually have a conversation and start putting myself in the idle client's shoes and really figure out what is the best course of action there. That's where I heard him describe his own clients in ways that never would have made it up onto the form, and really understanding like his exact language he uses, like metaphors that click for him and like examples that he reaches for without even thinking about it. And so I am really able to make this kind of content that would sound like it came from him and that it resonates with his ideal clients, because I'm putting myself in his shoes and also in his ideal client's shoes to know what are the things that they care about. How would they react to hearing that? What would they be searching for? What would they need to see in order to make a confident buying decision to move forward with him? And so all of that happens when we're having that conversation. So this is where I take everything from that discovery process and distill it down into like a nice document that outlines the main 3 objectives. Like, why did this client come to me to help him with his YouTube strategy? And for him, it was building authority in his niche, getting found in search for certain keywords, and getting viewers pre-sold on working with him before they ever have to book a call. And so every single thing that we build after this point has to serve one of these 3 objectives. And if it doesn't make the cut. And so because there's so many other topics that you could possibly do, but does it help you accomplish the goals that we have here, right? There are going to be certain things that he wants to be found for in search that makes sense for him as he's selling his certain offers. There's certain authority building topics or things that we should probably make videos of that will help him accomplish all three of these objectives together, right? And we want to make sure that all of the videos that we do have a call to action that is going to be sending them to his lead magnet, which is this scorecard that people are able to take that will begin that sales funnel process. And so we want to make sure that we do that. And so not only do I list out these main objectives, but based upon what we talked about and what my thoughts are about how we should move forward, I take all three objectives and then I map out a plan of action. And I list those into a few bullet points so that he kind of understands how YouTube and how the plan that I'm going to present to him matches with all three of these objectives. And so you'll see that a little bit right here. I blurred it out a little bit, but you'll see how thorough it is so that you kind of have an idea of how we're going to be accomplishing these objectives. Next, we have the actual content plan. So this is where the strategy turns into something that the client is actually able to execute. So we do it based upon so many things, but I like to lead with a playlist strategy. So every playlist on the channel is built around a pain point that his ideal client is actively feeling right now, right? So we're not just really doing like general AI strategy tips, right? We want to make sure that we are creating these playlists around specific pain points or challenges that his ideal clients are actually going through, because people don't just search for tips, they're searching for how to solve a particular problem. So if we can match that, that's going to be where the gold is. And we don't just stop with the playlist, right? We hit on every single video, and every single video has its own breakdown. And so I'm going to go into the base now to show you. Now, clicking into the Airtable base, which is where all of the content plan is hosted, we don't just stop at the playlist name. So every single video has its own breakdown of the title, the actual messaging, and the angle. So he knows what to say before he ever have to hit record. We also do keyword research so that there's a target keyword for every single video. And he knows what playlist it lives in and what other videos to mention so that viewers keep moving deeper into the channel instead of just clicking away. And so I'll show a little bit more about that. But the first thing that I want to show is his priority video. So inside of the sprint, we do full optimizations of 12 video topics. And so you'll see everything that I just mentioned earlier is inside of these topics. I'm going to click into one so you can kind of see a little bit more about it too. Okay, so if we were to take a look at one video individually and we click into it, you're going to be able to see everything. So we have the title, the final title that I want them to just easily just copy and paste onto YouTube when they're uploading the video, a messaging angle of what they need to be talking about inside a video, right? And this is based upon the conversation that we had on the call. And then this is where they'll be able to see the target keyword that we're targeting for here, the call to action that they should be mentioning in the video. There's going to be tags and other keywords that they could be using interchangeably when they're talking about their topic inside of the video, or even adding these inside of the video descriptions. And then they're able to also see here the playlist that they need to link it to, and other videos that they can mention inside of this video, or add as cards or as related videos inside of the video description, because these videos will be all connected to each other. There's also thumbnail text options for them to know what text that they should add up onto their video thumbnail, and then some creative direction of what should go up on the thumbnail design wise. And so that's how we have it for each and every video in the priority videos section here. But I don't like just stopping at 12 video topics because we have a whole 90-minute call where I'm just getting information. So I just kind of keep going. But what I like to do is give them priority videos and then videos that they can consider as things to start hitting on after you hit your priority 12. And so I'll show you what those look like as well. What they'll also see is we have the main videos that were the priority videos and then also some future videos. So we just talk for so much that I already have other topics that they can be doing as well. And so you have fully optimized your first 12, but then after you do those, you also have even more approved topics that can continue for your channel strategy. And I also go in and kind of add a little bit information that I already had anyway. And so we have like some topics here with some titles that may be kind of like done or may just need a little bit more work. The angles are still there. What playlist it would go with. What other related videos it will go with. And then some of them also will have some thumbnail design direction every now and again too. But these are just extra topics, things that you can add on to your strategy after you do your 12. And so you end up having a total of like 30 something. Well, this client will end up having a total of 30 something video topics. And so that's going to be something that is going to be really, really helpful for him as he moves on with his strategy. Then again, going over into the playlist structure, right? I like them to also see how things are connected to each other. So they'll be able to see all the videos by playlist as well, which I think is really, really helpful. So this is also the main videos and the future video. So they can kind of see how everything is mapped out. And as you see, we've gotten about 33 video topics here all together. And all these videos all help him get closer to completing his marketing objective, which was those 3 that was inside of the strategy doc. Now, when we have all these things planned out, another question that actually happens inside the sprint is, well, how do we actually move forward? Like, what should my workflow be? And so I end up mapping that out for them as well of like, how do you start producing this content? And so I want to show you where that will live up on the doc as well. Now, going back to the strategy doc, that is going to also include the content production workflow. And so I have certain time estimates of how much time and how much work it should take in order to actually pull this off. And so we have time estimates for ideation, scripting, filming, editing. And then we also have a whole workflow of what this client needs to do each week on repeat to make sure that this is a sustainable system for them. And then we break down those actions week by week, like what happens. Like, so you'll see at the top here, the beginning of this step-by-step action plan is like, scripting the video, reviewing and approving the script, filming the video. And so we have for these action steps, who is the person that is doing this up on the team and giving a little bit more detail of what should be happening here. And so this is kind of like building out their own SOP for this production of the YouTube video so that everything is accounted for. There is no guessing of like, what do we need to do to actually pull this off? It's already mapped out. All you really need to do is just take this and put it into your own project management tool. And what I also do is I give my sprint clients a ClickUp project management template for YouTube production as well, that they can have this in even more detail with quality checkpoints and everything. And so we actually have that information right here. And it has everything that they need to just quickly assign whoever it is or change things up. It's really great not having to start from scratch for what is the process to actually make this as seamless and easy to do as possible. And so you get like a whole lot of stuff. You get so much information. You get a whole system to execute this YouTube strategy for your business. And so the reason why this actually matters for this client is that he's not trying to grow a channel just for the sake of growing a channel. Every single video that this channel publishes has one job, is to get a founder to trust him before they ever get on a call. So because his offer isn't just some $27 ebook, it is a serious investment. And so if the channel doesn't build that trust ahead of time, every sales conversation feels like it starts from zero, and we don't want that. Like, YouTube is an amazing trust builder and authority builder. And with this strategy, this client is able to go into sales conversations with confidence and have easier sales conversations because of YouTube. And so this strategy lets him actually walk into every single call with someone who already gets it. They understand his frameworks, his unique ways of thinking, and already speaks his own language before he even has to say a word. So if you want a system just like this, I could do it for you in a done-for-you YouTube strategy sprint. The link to that is going to be in the description down below. And I cannot wait to work with you. If you have any questions about that, definitely leave a comment below this video or reach out to us and ask your questions. I would love to help you. Thanks for watching.